Well, I'm not too sure how the commentary's going out there. I've talked to a couple of people and say, are you even here? My situation is I've got a machine in here that I talk into. I can't hear what's going out there. I've just changed a couple of things, so I wouldn't mind if people can hear me to come up and actually just tell me what's going on. Actually, Barry News just turned up. I'm just having a bit of an issue with the commentary. People say they can't hear me outside. Any chance of just whipping outside and just seeing whether it's come up? I've just moved volume up there. But right now, I think this is the intermediate sprint out there, just a 5-lap race, and Neil Chappell on the 76 machine out in the front there. That looks like one of the Speed Junkie bikes, probably the only one here this weekend. Richard, Mark and Barrett there in second spot. I see young Finn Harmon helping him get out on the track. Finn Harmon put a slick on there earlier on, went out into Toyota, and he said he didn't think it was warm enough, and suffered the embarrassment and a little bit of pain when he crashed. He's hurt his knuckle a bit and the bike's out with a broken throttle, I think. So Finn up on blocks for the day, but he is okay. So that's what happened there. I figured he's an experienced rider. There's something going on there that was just out of his control probably, and maybe the rear tyre wasn't warm enough. So he's still hanging around to support Richard, Mark and Barrett. Roger Cathro there in third spot with Uriah Ryken out there in fourth. Not 100% sure who's sponsoring this class. In fact, I am now. Henshaw Signs. While we're here, we're going to have a little bit of a talk about all the sponsors here at the meeting. Henshaw Signs I think they're from Porirua, supporting this class. We've got RS Motorcycles is helping out as well with the support from Lower Hutt. Just seen their new building appear in the last 3 or 4 months. So I think he was working from home, but business has expanded. He must be doing the right thing, and into a building there in Lower Hutt, just not far from the Parrot and Jigger complex. CTAS alert manager text alerts. That's CTAS from Hamilton, although it's an internet business, so you can get them anywhere. And that's Grant Collingwood. Ivan Jones Engineering, the VMCC, the Victor Motorcycle Club, Victoria Motorcycle Club, Scooterazzi. Danny Burke Suzuki is supporting a class as well there. Kiwi Bike Insurance, Fastway Couriers, as well as CTS Text to Web Systems on another page there. TSS Red Baron from Lower Hutt, Ellistown, and the major sponsor, the season sponsor, Bridgestone, bringing you the 2017 Victoria Motorcycle Club class here. So all right, back out onto the track, and Neil Chappell comes through. He's been hunted down by Richard, Mark and Barrett. Richard, Mark and Barrett was the fastest man on the track in the first lap, but that's gone back to Neil Chappell. Not much between them, but very, very little there, less than 0.1 of a second. Chappie going around there in a 1:16.739. Mark and Barrett a 1:16.823, sorry. So they had 0.8 going across the start-finish stripe. Roger Cathro is watching them from about 100 metres behind, going through the infield of the S's there, and Roger running down the 17th. Uriah Ryken there is floating around in 4th place. And we go back to Chris Beams and Chance Oliver Stevenson having a good battle there, coming into the left-hander in the S's. Uriah Ryken, I mentioned him, but Chris Beams on the 17 machine and Chance Oliver Stevens on the 36 machine, the black machine. Not too far behind him is Rob Edwards on the number 50 bike, and Ken Jeston goes into the hairpin there further down in 8th spot. David Johnson there on what looks to me like an NC30 Honda single-sided swing arm machine, the tail end of the field in 9th spot. Interesting to see Suzuki New Zealand proposing a new GSXR Cup, Jitsa Cup, 150cc class at the New Zealand Superbike Championships this year. The rules have been put forward, and Suzuki New Zealand will make the bikes available. Very, very affordable. They will provide a bike with spare bits and pieces, handlebars, and those bits you might break with rear sets, and also a aftermarket fairing, and you can go and do that. And it will be a class in the New Zealand Superbike Championships if it gets through there. Also the Suzuki Series are going to run the Jitsa 150 Cup. So we've been looking around for a one-mate class for a while. Suzuki are trying to make it happen. It is a very, very successful formula elsewhere in the world. The commentator's nightmare a bit because all the bikes will be coloured pretty much the same. I was talking to Simon Meads at Suzuki New Zealand just last weekend, and he said the spare fairings will be provided with painted up with Suzuki on the bottom because they're supporting the class, and you'll be able to put your own sponsors on the rest of it. They are also looking at a package there for riding equipment, boots, gloves and leathers and helmets from one of our New Zealand distributors of those products. So they are trying to do that, and they're trying to encourage new people to the sport and have a very basic level racing. And don't be scared of the fact they're a little 150cc machine because there's some plenty of action comes out of this. There's a massive battle going on over at Higgins at the moment, in and out of Higgins. Can't quite pick up who those two bikes are. I'm going to say that is probably Chris Beams has just been pushed back by Chance Oliver Stevenson. I'm pretty sure it's those bikes, as we see number 24 Roger Castro go through and take third place. Chappie's out in the front. He's off towards the hairpin there. Neil Chappell, Markham Barrett there. Richard Markham Barrett on the 47 machine there in second spot. He's on a 16.8, and in behind him Roger Castro on the 24 machines running around 0.2 of a second quicker, a 16.6. There's about 1.5 second gap out there on the track with 2 laps to go, so I don't see much of a change of position with these two bikes. Go down to 4th place into the hairpin, Uriah Ryken, and I'm looking out for this battle between Chance Oliver Stevenson there from Morrisville, I think, down in the Wairarapa on the 36 machine. He was getting away from Chris Beams on the VFR 400, but looks like Chris is a little bit quicker through the infield there. Back in behind them, Rob Edwards, and then Ken Jeston and David Johnson. So the lead bike is coming along. There's the white flag coming out. I got it this time. The white flag is out. It is now 1:15.8 is the fastest lap for Chappie there out in the front. I'm pretty sure it's an ER650 Kawasaki Formula 3 Superlight eligible bike, brought to you, supported by Mead Speed. Go and have a look at this exhaust system on this bike. Young Mr. Meads from, I'm trying to think of his first name. I know a few of the family, so until it comes to me, Mr. Meads has got Mead Speed Engineering up in the Naki and specialises in titanium welding, and some of the stuff he produces is absolutely beautiful. That battle between second place, I reckon that Roger Castro wouldn't quite get up there. Well, I'm wrong, because right now there's probably 8 bike lengths between first and second as they come out of the hairpin. We've got the USR 300, the bright black and red machine there of Richard Markham Barrett, and Castro sitting in behind him. They come out of Higgins there. This is the battle for second and third on the track. Is Castro a little bit quicker down that back straight? Does out of the Higgins corner, he's a little bit quicker, but the two-stroke is faster going down there. It's all going to be what's going to happen in this big Go Media sweeper. They're side by side as we see Neil Chappell take another checkered flag, and who's it going to be? It's going to be Castro coming around the outside. No, not quite. That two-stroke just opened up a little bit, but we saw a gap of less than 0.1 of a second, 9/100ths of a second between second and third. So Chappie, Richard Markham Barrett in second spot, Roger Castro first, second and third. Looking out, Uriah Ryken should be coming through now. And where is that battle with Tarbin Walker? Sorry, not Tarbin Walker, Chance Oliver Stevenson and Chris Beams. That's down that back straight. Definitely Chance Oliver Stevens has got a huge gap down there, maybe about 80 metres, so he's going to come through and take 5th spot. Chris Beams lining up the start-finish line as we see 36 go through, and there's Chris Beams on the 17 machine, takes a good solid 6th place. 7th pot's coming through here. 7th is going to be, who is that? That's Rob Edwards, and Ken Jeston on the 47 machine comes through. David Johnson's already been through, so that's this